All right, everyone, hello, and welcome back to another edition of the SHItournament featuring YUME Penguin Monticelli. This is Season 4 of the tournament. We have two racers that no one really cares about, TheAlanHeffley from the University of Kentucky and the Sarge, RoseCitySaint from, I don't know. Doesn't matter. No one cares. But here's my question to you guys as we wait for these guys to start, and they have begun. TheAlanHeffley is going to do the tutorial stage. RoseCitySaint is working on a 3-second deficit there. That's the delay. He's playing from not outer space, but high up in the Adirondack Mountains there, the Appalachian chain, if you will. My question to you guys right now is, as a kid, what was your favorite type of Halloween candy? And I'm not talking about the rare chance that you lived in a neighborhood where someone gave you like a full Snickers or Milky Way bar, but just like, you know, on the miniature level, what was your favorite Halloween candy? I was always a big fan of, I like the variety. I liked your Sweet Tarts, your Sprees, your, you know, Lemon Heads if they were available during your era, mixed with like the single Twix, miniature Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, stuff like that. Crackles are good. I just polished off about 2.5 bags of Hershey's miniatures, for sure. I prefer my chocolate in the freezer, though, but I couldn't really, you know, right direct from the grocer. Couldn't get it in the freezer fast enough before I decided I wanted to eat it all. Mini 1,000 Grand Bars, that's a BGT, that's a good decision right there. And here's why, because that's not something you'd normally pick up in a supermarket. You know, O. Henry's, 1,000 Grands. I mean, I don't know how much of a fan of you guys are. Coconut, I'm not. An Almond Joy or Mounds. Like, you don't really go to supermarkets or, you know, impulse buy at Walmart and pick those up. You'll go normally for the Reese's or, like, the, you know, the big name kind of candy bars. So it was always nice to have those things. I was always really a big fan of the collection of miniature stuff that you got. Worst candy in the world were the flavored Tootsie Rolls, maybe? Like, and you had the one person that would grab, like, one and put it in your bag and then wish you a good day. I never liked Peanut Butter Chews or Mary Jane's either. I felt like those were, like, your dollar store toys of candy. Maybe if I got a handful mixed with, like, a, you know, a fun size Milky Way or something, that'd be nice. Take a look at our runners here. Racing here tonight, TheAlanHeffley from the University of Kentucky, like I said. He was a former locksmith, owned his own store in Lexington, Kentucky called Allen's Locksmiths. And that was incorrectly spelled because his brother-in-law actually made the sign, and he didn't want to cause a problem and say anything. Big family fights happen over there in that household. Basically, the store closed down, and he found himself living on the street with nothing to do but to play this game. This game actually is near and dear to his heart. It brought him back to, you know, boosted his self-esteem. And unfortunately, it's not going well with him. We'll learn about RoseCitySaint later on in the night. I mean, you're the type of guy who would love a flavored Tootsie Roll, but let me put it this way. If you got one single one of them in a house, were you happy about it? Or, you know, if you got multiple of them at the same time, that'd be nice. Starwolf is absolutely correct. There was a correct answer here, and those were Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Either the single full-size peanut butter cup or just like a handful of the miniature ones. You ever get a miniature Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or just a regular peanut butter cup and it was like double wrapped? So you took off one wrapper, popped it in your mouth, and all of a sudden like something doesn't feel right. The texture is different. It's like, why is the chocolate not meeting my tongue? And then you like have to kind of slowly like eject it from your mouth and then peel off the wrapper. That has happened a time or two. In my household, for sure. So it does look like RCS has put in a little bit of work here. Let's see how he does on the beanie skip here. Not beanie skip, but the beanie route. Yeah, double route ones are rare. He's having a little trouble here. This is where Buzz Thunder lost his lead in both races. Uh-oh. Oh, he makes it. TheAlanHeffley is far behind at this point. You gotta hope that, for him, RoseCitySaint doesn't make weight as he arrives at one of these levels. Does anyone have like a least favorite candy just based on the packaging or like difficulty of unwrapping the package? I seem to remember oftentimes Starbursts or Now and Laters, the wrapper actually getting stuck to the individual candy piece. Looks like Alan's penguin has had too much to drink, or just can't jump. He just can't get on that platform. He still can't get on that platform. He's got to make it over to that other side. Karate kick, and there he goes. He's finally up there. Yeah, Now and Later is like, I always tell this story, and it was like, oh man, you eat Windex. But I always felt like apple-flavored candy, especially Now and Laters, always had this like Windexy aroma to them. But I mean, if you ever like clean the window, you kind of, and you're a mouth breather, you kind of get a little bit of a scent in there. Not that you're drinking the Windex, but you got kind of an understanding of what it tastes like. Charleston Chew is another one. Laffy Taffy is a good one. Charleston Chew is another one that had sometimes a horrendous packaging where you kind of felt like you had to lose a little bit of the candy based on unwrapping it. I don't know about fruit candy being mostly gross. There are some good ones. Something that may be mostly gross based on texture, like Chuckles. Something like that. Big League Chew. If I had a neighbor that gave away Big League Chew at Halloween, I would double dip for sure. Go there like 8 a.m., find out, and then go there at noon, and then 6 p.m. as well. Yeah, Chuckles are the hipsters of fruit candy. Pretty sure that just got confirmed. Peach Jolly Ranchers are the most disgusting thing, probably the most disgusting candy I ever ate. Of candy I actually ate, like a type of candy. I'm not a big licorice guy, but black licorice is pretty disgusting. But Peach Jolly Ranchers were awful. No, I would double dip as going as the kid in costume, and then going the kid who was too cool to wear a costume with other friends. That was, I went as Larry dressed as Orko from He-Man, Masters of the Universe. And then I went as Larry's older brother, who was too cool to wear costumes. RoseCitySaint has a full stage lead on TheAlanHeffley as we check in. We'll check back with these racers later on. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of licorice. I don't even know what it's supposed to taste like. It says cherry, but it doesn't really taste like cherry. It tastes like, honestly, the foam padding, the plastic padding that was around my crib when I was growing up and teething. Basically what it was. Oh, you're one of those Red Vine people? Of course you are. Everything makes sense now. I don't know if I've ever had a Red Vine in my life. I just know, like, standard Twizzlers. And what's that other crap? Like, Nips? Like that bullshit? Those miniature licorice bites? Where you actually feel like you're putting like a piece of Nintendo controller in your mouth. Where do you guys stand on like fruit roll-ups and fruit snacks? I remember I used to like the Super Mario Brothers 2 fruit snacks. Those are nice. RoseCitySaint did a good job on that boss right there. Bent Glass Tube has a lot to learn from that. He should play that video back. Good and Plenty, yeah, Good and Plenty is like the worst. I don't know. I think Good and Plenty might be, it's a good point. I think Good and Plenty might top the list of candy I would never want to get on Halloween. And I think I can only eat Mike and Ike's if I take the whole thing and just like slam it in my mouth and eat them like sunflower seeds. You know, get that little storage going, that little, you know, one cheek storage thing. Put one to the other side of the mouth, munch on it, you know, then retrieve another one. Because I think being in the mouth kind of, you know, softens them up a little bit, makes them easier to eat. You get that whole, like, burst of fruit sensation in your mouth at the same time. See, RoseCitySaint's on the final boss here. We'll get his thoughts on Halloween candy later on in the day. Later on in the evening. He is fit enough to win this fight now without any extra farming. Does a good job of avoiding some of the bullets. If anyone notices, there are tells, but I don't think anybody cares. And RoseCitySaint is done right there. And yes, it is 11 minutes, 22 seconds. For the Sarge, RoseCitySaint, who wins his first match, I believe. That doesn't include Jackamus in the race. So he's going to go 1-0. TheAlanHeffley is having trouble on the... I don't know what the hell to call this guy. Call him the Macho Man, right? Is that what we call him? I think that's what we call him. And oh yeah, he snaps into it and he finishes up there. Remember, we have a triple header tonight. Up next is TheAlanHeffley versus Armageddon Time. We need a better pun for it, though. It's got to be like Macho Man, Raven Savage. That sounds good. Would anybody have ever been upset if they got one of those old WWF ice cream bars for Halloween or Christmas? You know, the one with the shortbread, the chocolate on one side, shortbread on the other. And the, you know, the cardboard box that it came in that had, like, a trading card inside of it. Those are the best ice cream bars ever. And I believe they kind of still exist. But you got to get, like, the most jank of ice cream trucks to come around your neighborhood to find them. Oh, yeah, I'll agree with BGT on this one. Like, fruit-flavored... ice cream sherbet-like ice pops are garbage. Like the ones with the clown's face or like SpongeBob SquarePants, and they almost, yeah, JSI, they always came with a bubble gum as the eye. By the way, Wednesday night, 10:30 on NBC Sports, the Sharks versus whoever it was. It flashed really quick on my screen. See what we got here. So along with Armageddon Time and TheAlanHeffley and RoseCitySaint, the other person in the group that they're in is Ryan 7. Ryan 7 was too cool for school tonight to join these fellas in the race. He's probably paying his gardener or tending to a dog in his neighborhood. He's a man of the people. He puts people first, races second. TheAlanHeffley is going full BGT here, except not really, because he's actually hitting the boss. As you notice, BGT is in the upper deck. He was in the winner's bracket. I would like to correct people who claimed he was in the loser's bracket every season. He was in the winner's bracket last season. No thanks to Dig Shake. And there goes. TheAlanHeffley has defeated the penguin that wears a hat that looks like a condom. Captain Condom goes down. And TheAlanHeffley is now going to get a phone call from his ex-wife. Oh, no, it's not his ex-wife. Swerve in the plot. It's a telemarketer. Wants to know if he's happy with his home insurance or he wants solar panels installed, a free estimate. TheAlanHeffley probably said no. He misses the first jump. Just remember, kids, you fall in the water, you gain weight. Oh, my God, and he falls in the water again. He's 2 for 2. Let's see what happens here. So one of the downfalls of the game is when you do mess up like that. It's instant weight gain when you fall in the water. But then you have to wait for this stupid animation to end as well. Let's see what happens here. You just have to avoid the fruit. TheAlanHeffley makes the third jump. And he's going to be on his way to the final boss right now. It's a good thing we had audio on him so we can enjoy the sounds of the game the whole time. And again, I've asked all runners to join me after all 3 races. This way we can get on and get a move on here. Let's see if Armageddon has started up his stream yet. He has not. Alright, so one of the unfortunate things here is Alan's got to destroy the hands and then collect some Slim Fast. Or muscle milk, whatever it is. It's purple. I don't know my purple energy drink weight loss drink labels. Probably definitely the flavor of muscle milk. With like a dumb name, so you don't know what flavor it actually is. Like Lavender Lagoon or something. If Joshy D didn't quit the tournament, he might know, because he knows those exotic drinks, living in California. TheAlanHeffley gets to the proper weight, defeats the boss, gets to the scale, and has finished in second place, which is last, mind you, at a time of 17:31. That is a full 6 minutes plus behind Sergeant RoseCitySaint. And TheAlanHeffley now has to go on and play Armageddon time in the next round.